Shalom, shalom. Giving all honor and praise to the Most High God and Son Yahweh. Come to you on Wednesday class. Get edified in the Lord's word. The name of the class is called The War of the Mind. A lot of time, people in Israel, man, we kind of struggle with the mind. That's been a big problem for us in Israel. A lot of times, seeing in your mind. Your action starts in your mind. Everything you do starts in your mind. You can touch your eye on the stove. If your eye see it, then your mind, it rests in your mind, dying, get hurt. You move your hand. The mind also plays a big part of, guess what, in keeping the commandments and not keeping the commandments. First precept we go into is Mark chapter 7, verse 21. Quick little precept, strict precept, but it's a good precept though. Because sometimes you might see the word heart in there, and heart can be used sometimes as talking about the mind too. So when you get there, I'll read that.
The book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of men,
out of the mind of men,
proceed evil thoughts.
See, because guess what? We know that our heart don't think. That's our mind that think. So sometimes you might see the word heart in there, and sometimes the word heart is talking about literal heart, but sometimes the word heart is used as your mind too. Read on up.
Adulteries and fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, evil eye,
and evil eye. Read on up.
Blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
But the verse that we was getting at is talking about the heart. The heart, like I said, sometimes when you look at the word heart, like in this context, is used as talking about the mind. Precept Jeremiah 17:9, right quick. I'll make sure y'all write them precept down. Precept Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9, saying the same thing. Read that out.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 9.
It's going into the same thing. Read.
The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked.
It said the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. That's talking about your mind is deceitful. Because sometimes when a person's mind or the fleshly side of you overtake the spiritual side of you, guess what? That problem, it becomes a problem in your life. And we got to pray to the Most High that we keep our thoughts together. We got to be praying for one another to keep our thoughts together, because guess what? We need each other in this walk, man. Read on up.
The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart.
But guess what? But the Lord searched the heart. That's how he picked King David. He picked King David because he knew King David's heart, man. Read on.
I try the rein, even to give every man according to his ways, and according to the fruit of his doing.
And the fruits of his doing. Let's go to James chapter 4 and verse 7. Man. Let's go and get into it.
I like that.
Go to James chapter 4 and verse 7. The Lord said he wanted to try the heart, man. He wanted to try our mind. When you get there, James chapter 4 and 7. Yeah, verse 7.
The book of James, chapter 4, verse 7. Submit yourselves, therefore, to God.
See, now, one thing about in this walk, that's what a lot of us, when we first come up into this walk, man, guess what, man? We like, oh, man, we're Israelite, man. We done submitted ourselves to God. But sometime along the way, we get away from that thing. We get away from that. And when we get away from that, guess what? Things tend to happen in our life. We don't know how to explain that thing. But when we first got in this walk, that zeal, we was on fire for the Lord. But sometimes we kind of strive off of it. Read on up.
Submit yourself, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
He said, resist the devil and he shall flee. Because sometimes when them thoughts coming up in our mindset, man, guess what? Even as a child, talking to the women and to the men, guess what? Man, we have all kinds of stuff, man. Man, why sister look at me like that, man? She got me messed up. Sister probably ain't paying no attention to you. I mean, look here, I done had it done to me. I was walking in the mall one day. Brother said, man, nigga, what you looking at? Guess what? In my carnal mind state, if I was in my mind state, guess what? It would have been a problem. But guess what I told him? This is what the Lord made me say out of my mouth. I didn't know I was going to say it. I just said it to him. I said, brother, I said, man, you know, you be looking at something, but you don't be looking at something, but you looking at something. He like, you know what? He said, yeah, I do that sometimes. He shook my hand. But then I walked away from him. I said, man, this dude just punked me out. But guess what? If I was in the mind state of what he was in, it would have been a problem. You see what I'm saying?
Let me get a precept real quick, man. Let me get Romans chapter 8, verse 6 right quick to touch on what Captain Jerubal was just saying. Because like to carnally minded versus spiritual minded, we always want to, that's why we always tell brothers and sisters, what do we say, brother? Stay in the spirit, man. Stay and walk in these laws, statutes, and commandments as well for the sisters. Stay in the spirit, man. You know, because we know a lot of things get us down at work and so forth. But read this scripture right here, Officer Yard.
Romans 8 and 6. For to be carnally minded is death.
Read that again,
For to be carnally minded is death.
Read on,
But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Because Ak was walking in the spirit, guess what? He had life and he had peace out of that situation. Because it could have easily turned wicked if we was, as we say, niggas in the world. What you looking at, nigga? I'm looking at you. Come on, let's go outside and see about that thing. You know, it could have easily flipped to that point of view. And we know how the sisters get down, man.
Pete, what you looking at?
Real off the jump. Read on,
Verse 8. Verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against God.
It's in opposition to the Most High God. Read on,
For it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be.
Neither can it be when you're walking in a fleshly mind. That's why a lot of times people in Christianity, that's what they see. You know, that's what they dealing in, because when we tell them the law, they can't perceive that. You know, we got to keep the laws of God. They struggle with that thing because they dealing in a fleshly mind. Go ahead.
I'll keep reading. Go ahead.
Read on. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God.
It said they that in the flesh can't please God, man. Guess what? The Lord took over this situation. Like I brought out this precept, which was the dead precept I go bring all praise, brothers and spirits. But guess what? Being in the spiritual mindset, guess what? The Lord took hold of the situation. If I was in a fleshly carnal mind state, it would have been like, nigga, I'm looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Then we had to see about it. Like I said, we had to straighten this thing out. But guess what? We walking in the spirit, man. We all got to keep our mindset, keep our mind ordered, man. Keep our mind looking at Christ, man. Looking at, guess what, the things that he did and how we supposed to walk in our life. Read on now. Verse 9.
Verse 9. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit.
See, because guess what? We in this walk, we in this truth, we in the spirit, man. We ain't walking in the flesh, man. We left that old man and that old sister behind, that old child that we used to be. We left that behind. Read on.
If so be that the spirit of God dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Christ.
Because any man don't have spirit of this word, read on.
He is none of his.
He is none of his, man. We got to be walking in spiritual mindset, man. We got to make sure that the Lord is guiding us, man, and let the Lord guide us, man. Go to James chapter 1 and verse 5. James chapter 1 and verse 5. We got to be walking in that spiritual mindset at all times, man. And you know, walking in the spiritual mindset, it helps you on your day-to-day. It really do help you on your day-to-day. When you going through things in your life, guess what, man? Be able to call your brother, call your sister, man. We need each other in this walk, man. Because a lot of times people think we can do this stuff by ourselves, and it's not set up for it. Then why he tell us to go get a whole nation?
That's right.
If we think we can do it by ourselves, man, guess what, man? He wouldn't have to need no whole nation, man. We need each other, man. We need each other in this walk, man. We need each other prayers. We need each other fast for each other, man. We need each other, man. Guess what? Uplift each other. We need all that from each other, man. James chapter 1 and verse 5.
James 1 and 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him.
It said, if any man asks for wisdom, man, we should ask God. Because sometimes we get in this walk, man, I wanted this and this, and I wanted this and that. Guess what? You need to pray on it and wait for God. Because some people, guess what? They do a lot of things without acting. They do a lot of things above their pay grade. And guess what? And we all don't fell into that victim. Every one of us all fell up in that victim doing things above their pay grade. We need to ask the Lord and wait for him. The Lord gonna give it to you. Read on up.
Verse 6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering.
But let him ask in the faith. But we know faith worketh patience. Read on.
For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
Because guess what? When you ask of the Lord, guess what? You got to wait on him. Because if you don't, you can't get tossed. You definitely can't get tossed, man. Read on.
For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
Because guess what? That man wasn't patient enough to wait on the Lord. Guess what? Now he's tossed to and fro. But if that person be patient on the Lord, now the Lord can grant him what he asked for because he actually waited on the Lord. Read on.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
It said a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. When you are a double-minded person in his walk, when you halfway in and halfway out, when I'm gonna keep the commandments right here, man, but if they push me to not keep the commandments, then I'm gonna go on ahead and break it and just repent. And you can't do that either. We got to keep our mindset together, man. We got to keep our mindset on the Lord, man. Matter of fact, let's go to Matthew chapter 14 right quick. I'm gonna go a different direction, man. This ain't taking no shot or nothing, man. It's just something that I was looking at, man. Matthew chapter 14, verse 22. We've been going to Christ walking on water right quick, man. I'm gonna show you something to that, man. You know, we ain't gonna go too deep in that because it ain't too much in it. What it is, man. What it is. We don't have to take away from the word, man. Matthew chapter 14, verse 22.
Matthew 14 and 22. And straightway Yahweh shall constrain his disciples to get into a ship and to go before him unto the other side.
Now, this is right after Christ just fed 5,000 people, man. The miracles of the Most High, man. Now, he said Christ told the disciple to go into a ship. Now, read on up.
And to go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away.
Now, after Christ got finished feeding the multitude, he put the disciples in the ship, told them to go to the other side. And he told other people, y'all gonna go away. Read on up.
And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray.
Now, after he did all this, Christ went up to the mountain, told them prayers up to the Most High, man. Read on.
And when the evening was come, he was there alone.
Now, read on.
But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary.
Now, he said, now, the disciples looking now, well, dang, the Lord done put us on this ship as we got finished feeding these people, man. Lord done put us on this ship. Now this we got a bad storm on us, man, and we trying to figure out what's going on. Read on, huh?
And in the fourth watch of the night, Yahweh went into them.
Now it said the fourth watch of the night. Now, if you know anything about the time period, how they used to set up when they had towers at the temple, guess what? You had the first watches from dark would be from 6 to 9. The next watch would be from 9 to 12. The next watch would be from 12 to 3. And then the last watch was the fourth watch from 3 to 6. So that's how they set their watches up on the watchtower. We know not.
And when the disciples saw him walking in the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit, and they cried out for fear.
Now they forgot all about this storm. They looking at the Christ coming through them walking on water. They like, man, hold up, man. Now they in fear. Read on.
But straightway Yahweh spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer. It is I. Be not afraid.
Guess what? In a time of trouble, that's how he is for us in our walk too. Be not afraid, man, of the things that you go through in your life. Be not afraid. Guess what? When you're going through, and guess what? You got the Most High, and you got His Son, man. We just got to, guess what? Depend on Him and make sure that we getting guided by Him, because guess what? He gave His life for us, and He didn't give it for a reason. He gave His life for us because guess what? He loved us, and that He loved us enough that He will take care of us. We don't know.
And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water.
Now, so Peter said, guess what? If it's you, Lord, let me come out there with you. I want to walk on water too. We don't.
And he said, come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Yahweh.
Now, Peter himself walked on water too. So not only Christ was walking on the water, Christ told Peter, come on, you come on out here too. Because, but guess what? I want you to keep your eyes on me. And that's how we should be in this walk. Keep your eyes on the Lord, man. We don't know.
But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me.
Now, see what Peter did? He took his mind off the Lord. He took his mindset off the Lord. When he took his mindset off the Lord, he started to sink. We got to keep ourselves on that track, man. We don't need to sink in this truth, man. Don't sink, man. Keep our mindset. Don't let nobody waver you. Don't let the storm trouble you. Don't let the winds trouble you. Don't let the talk and hoorah. Guess what? No matter what the situation is, stay in the spirit, man.
And that storm can be comparable to, guess what? Dealing with co-workers at your job, dealing with family members, dealing with just everyday life, your neighbors. You know, all these things is equal to that storm that we have to deal with in this captivity. Because we out there catching hell, man. But we always must stay in the spirit. Go ahead,
come read on up.
And immediately Yahweh stretched forth his hand and caught him. Now,
even when he told him come out on the water, and Peter kept his eyes on him, and he was doing it, then the storm kind of riled up a little bit, and then he started to sink. Yahweh caught him again and pulled him up. I'm still gonna save you. Even though you wavered a little bit, I'm still gonna save you. We got to stay. Be ye steadfast, unmovable in this truth, man. With our parents, with our children, with our wives, with our co-workers, with our friends, with our everybody, man. You got to be steadfast, man. Read on up.
And caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt?
He said, he told Peter that you had little faith, man. You seen the wind blowing a little bit. Now you like, don't take your eyes off of me. And that's how we should be in this walk. Guess what? Christ don't want us to take his eyes off of him, man. We should never take our eyes off of him in this walk, man. We should always have our mindset that we should be walking in the spirit, man. Because guess what, man? The war of the mind is a serious thing, man. That's what Peter was dealing with on that water with Christ, man. He'd seen that wind blowing, and it kind of riled up a little bit. All of a sudden, it popped up in his mind. Peter should get it out of his mind immediately. And guess what? That's how we should do. Some pop up on us. Guess what? Man, I think, brother, man, I don't agree with that, man. I think, brother, man, I'm about to check him, man. No. If you got a problem with that, brother, go talk to that brother. You ain't no checking nobody, nothing. You know, go talk to that sister. You got a problem, sister, go talk to him, man. Guess what, man? A good, kind word, man, will change the whole situation. Because I be like, man, you better sit your butt down. I'm about to say, hey, man, brother, if you don't mind, could you sit down for it right quick, man? Because we finna get started. That's two different things, man. It's saying the same thing, but guess what? One thing can offend you, and the other thing can, guess what? All right, man, I'm gonna go and sit down. We got to learn how to be that way in this walk, though. We really do. Let's go to Psalm chapter 73, right?
Let me get a precept out.
Go ahead.
Let me back off what I was talking about keeping your eyes on Yahweh, because when Peter took his eyes off, he sunk, right? We got to have faith. He told him, ye a little faith. I'm going to go to Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1. Look at Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for.
Oh, right there. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. When we got faith in something, we hoping that thing happens. So ain't we hoping that Yahweh shall come back in those chariots and come save our people out this condition we in? So we got to have faith in that thing. But the moment that we waver off of that, we gonna sink like Peter did. How can you be saying you want Christ to come back? You supposed to have faith in that, and then you say, well, Christ ain't walk on water. But you want him to come in the sky with what they call UFOs and come save a whole nation of people and take care of these heathens, but he ain't walk on water.
Coming with the power of the Most High. But
You have the faith that he gonna come back with 144,000. Finish on that.
Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
The evidence of things not seen. One problem we got in Israel, like Christ has said, the Jews, like the Bible say, the Jews require a sign. So that's the evidence of things not seen. So just because we wasn't there when Christ walked on water, we say he didn't walk on water. Then you have ye of little faith, like he told Peter. Let me get one more. John 7 and I'll read John 7 and 38. Christ said, he that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So you got to believe on Christ as the scriptures have said. That means keep your eye on Christ and what Christ is saying. Everybody want to go into Antichrist mode, but all Christ said was keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how we follow Christ. But the moment we go off of that, we hating our brothers, we stop doing Leviticus 19 and 17 and things of that nature, and we start getting puffed up with pride on us. You done took your eye off of Christ because Christ said, if you a leader, then you a servant.
hold up. Also, what am I going into, boy, say, you also got a war in your own mind, too.
That's right.
It's like the subject of our class, because like we say, when you get puffed up because of knowledge, and you, like I said, take your eyes off of Christ, you get puffed up, then guess what? You got a war in all your mind. You're thinking everybody out to get you, thinking everybody is against you, and you start not seeing the scriptures like how they are meant to be seen in the Bible. Go ahead,
That's right. Good precept, Bob. That ain't good precept. Let's go to Psalm chapter 73 right quick, verse 26. Because that's what a lot of brothers get caught up into. Man, that war in their mind, guess what, man? Just like you see, when you see people go crazy, man. When you see people, you're like, man, that person, they done got bugged out, man. They listen to something in their head, man. Because all of a sudden they done there talking to themselves and stuff like that. They listen to something. They talking to something, man. They talking to something. For real. When you see people, guess what? You out there, you see them out there bugged out, this and that. And then you know they over there, he don't know who he talking to, but whoever right here, boy, that mug controlling him. For real, even the reprobated spirit, something controlling that spirit, man. And that's the war that people they understand. And guess what? That war can be on anybody, man. Psalm chapter 73 and verse 26. Read that out.
Psalm 73 and 26. My flesh and my heart fail, but God is the strength of my heart.
But God is the strength of our heart, man. Let God be the strength of our heart, man. Because according to Proverbs 3 and 5, guess what? We can't lean out to our own understanding, man. We can't lean to that, man. If we want to grow in this walk, we got to lean on the Lord, man. What person got in the truth that don't want the truth? Then you don't want the truth, man. You're not in the truth, man. You might well go back to the Christian church, man. We got in the truth because guess what? We want the truth to come out, man. We don't know.
For lo, they that are far from thee shall perish. Thou hast destroyed all them that go a whoring from thee.
Because guess what? The Lord done destroyed everything that done went a whore from him. Because if you don't choose him, guess what? He'll give you up to vile affections. And that vile affection could be anything. When a person get a reprobated mind state, you don't know what you don't know what kind of mind state the Lord gonna put them in. The Lord said, I'm gonna choose his delusion though. Because a lot of times, guess what? When they start believing a lie, you know they in a reprobated mind state. When they start teaching a lie, you know they're in a reprobated mind state.
Matter of fact, let's get that right quick,
Go
man.
ahead,
Just for
go ahead.
education. Give me Isaiah chapter 66, verse 4. Because we got to bring that thing out. Because like we said, the Bible is simple. Like we said, if you keeping the commandments, the Most High, you praying and you fasting, guess what? The Most High give you these things free. if you're praying for these things. So we don't have to want to be super deep, you know, trying to always one up brothers, man, you know, to put yourself on some pedestal. You know, brothers need to get up out of their spirit. Read that opposite yard.
Isaiah 66:5.
Verse 4.
Verse 4. I also would choose their delusion.
So when we dealing in that reprobated mind, just like I said, guess what? The Most High would choose your delusions. That's why you see people going off. They thinking this is that. They thinking that is this. You know, brothers being all different type of stuff. Now, guess what? We can't eat chicken, or we can't do this, or tuna, or however else. It's just all different type of doctrines that's out there, man. The Most High chooses their delusions because guess what? They trying to one up him when you really think about it. Read on now.
And will bring their fears upon them.
And then he'll bring that strongest fear on them, because guess what? A lot of times brothers got pride on them. They want all the people to gather to them, not to Christ. You know, that should be the goal, man. Our goal is to gather to Christ. No one man is, and we're not gathering Israel. The Most High is just using us as vessels. That's all that we are, man. Read on up.
Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear.
So when they reading the scriptures, none did hear. They didn't understand it and put their own interpretation on it. Read on up.
But they did evil before mine eyes.
And a lot of times people is in evil, you know, breaking basic commandments, Leviticus 19:17, hating their brothers in their heart. You know, we got a lot of stuff, sisters gossiping against one another, going against one another. So guess what? The Most High punishes us in his own ways that we really can't see a lot of times till it's too late. Read on up.
And chose that which I delighted not.
And we choosing, a lot of times brothers and sisters choose the things that the Most High don't delight in. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, and you know, when by you doing it, a lot of times when, guess what, people get a little authority as being a camp leader, or they get a little rank. Sometimes it goes to a person's head. Guess what? Sister's been there a little longer than you. Sometimes it goes to the sister's head, man. The thing is, guess what? We doing this for the Most High, man. Christ came and did it for the Most High, man. We all in this walk trying to do this walk for the Most High. We got to keep our mindset on what the mission really is, man. We can't keep on leaning to our own self, because sometimes when we thinking that we doing it good, and guess what? You being led astray, and you don't really know you being led astray. That's why you got to pray. That's why Paul said, "I died daily," because he was trying to kill that old man off of him daily, man. Because of stuff that he have done, and stuff that he was gonna do in the future. He had to continue to keep dying from that old man. Keep putting that old man off. Read on up. Psalms. Let's go back to Psalm chapter 73 right quick, verse 28.
Psalm 73 and 28. But it is good for me to draw near to God. I have put my trust in the Lord God, that I might declare all thy works.
Now, that's what we should be doing. Put our trust in the Lord. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. When you look at the miracles of just the little things, guess what, man? When you in your time of trouble, man, just like when Christ was in his time of trouble, when Christ was about to get ready to get crucified and get put when they had him, the angels had to come and comfort Christ. And we should be praying for them same angels in our time of trouble, to pray for those angels to come down here to comfort us, man, so we won't waver, so we won't miss the blessing, so we won't miss the mark. Man, look, I ain't saying this because I'm a preacher back in 1947. No, I ain't doing it because of that. It's something I've seen personally, my own self, that the Lord done did even this week. Seen some stuff, man. Look, I can't make things up, man. It just put it in your face, man. It's like everything he got, he set it for you. He set it up for you. But guess what? You got to lean on his word, though. That's what he wants from you. That's what he wants. That's all. Guess what? He wants us to be obedient, man. Guess what? A father always loves a son. You got a son that always get in trouble. You got a son that's obedient. Guess what? This son right here that's always getting in trouble, he might got some good stuff to say. This one that's obedient. Guess what? You're going to listen to him a little bit more than this son that been acting up, man. Oh, I don't even want to hear you. Because, man, we want, guess what? A father wants a son to do the best that they can do. A mother wants their child to do the best they can do, man. That's what we want, man, out of life. That's what the Lord wants. Let's go to Songs of Solomon. I'm gonna show y'all something. Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, right quick, verse 6. Pretty strong right there. Songs of Solomon. No, we don't touch that a whole lot. The Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6, right quick. Yeah, I read it. Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6.
Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6. Set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm. For love is strong as death.
My bad. I'm in Ecclesiastes. I read it over again. My bad. Shalak.
Song of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6. Set me as a seal upon thine heart, as a seal upon thine arm.
Now, this is talking about love, man. How strong the Most High love is for us, and how strong a love we're supposed to have for our brothers and sisters, man. Read on.
For love is strong as death.
Love is strong as death. And you know, guess what? There's a lot of people scared to die. I don't care if somebody come in with a gun right now. Guess what? Everybody in the truth. But guess what? The next exit they could get to, people be trying to touch they need to be touching their chest, trying to make it to that thing, man. Love is strong as death, man. We don't know.
Jealousy is cruel as the grave.
Now, guess what? In the same token, jealousy just as cruel as the grave is. Because the grave done beat a lot of tough people up, man. We don't.
The coals thereof are coals of fire, which hath a most vehement flame. Many waters cannot quench love.
Many waters can't quench love, man. The love that we should have, that the Lord have for us, man. The Lord we should be having for each other, man. Man, it should be no water or nobody can come in. Guess what? They say, man, this brother right here ain't no good, but that brother come around me. Shit, he ain't like that with me. I ain't see that in him. You must didn't like some of the stuff he did, but when he came over here, I ain't seen none of the stuff he did. Maybe something that you don't think it's something that you did to him, or man, maybe we might need to check your spirit. I don't know. Read on up.
Many waters cannot quench love. Neither can the floods drown.
Neither can a flood drown love out, man. That's the love that the Most High have for us. That's the same love we should have for one another, man. The same love we should have for one another. Same love we should have for one another. Read on up.
If a man would give all the substance of his house for love, it would utterly be contempt.
If a man gave all the subject, gave everything up in his house for love, it still wouldn't be more powerful than love, man. Love conquers, man. Love takes over, man. But guess what? Us in this walk, guess what? We get enough knowledge in us, and that knowledge coming in, and like I said, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1, it puffs up in people. People get knowledge and it puffs up in people. Now, since you don't know what I know, oh man, brother don't know nothing. No, we prophesied in part and we know in part. You don't know everything. Nobody knows everything in this walk. But what we do know, we're going to teach it, man, to the best of our ability, man, according to what the strength the Lord gave us, man. And we're going to keep on trying to reach the masses, keep on trying to reach the people, keep on putting love out there for our people, because that's what we need in this walk. We should be looking, guess what, when the brother and sister down, we should be going over there, hey, man, sometimes it just takes for a sister to go over there and hug a sister, and that's what a sister needs. Sometimes it takes for a brother to go over there and hug a brother. That's what a brother needs, man. Because everybody's day ain't good, man. But guess what? Even though your day ain't good, guess what? You should pick your head up, man. Guess what? If you do need somebody to talk to, if you can't talk to one of the brothers, call one of us, man. Even the people out there, we is on YouTube and on Facebook, man. We got our numbers on the description below. Our numbers stay on it. In every video we got, our phone numbers on there, man. You call us, man. Because guess what? When we have get called, people like, hey, man, I'm just ready to die, man. I'm tired of going through this. Come on, brother, let's go through these precepts. I'm gonna show you, man, what the Lord say about this, man. We get off the phone, brother and sister, they feel a little bit more better, man. Because that's our job, man. It's being in this walk. It's our job. is to show God's people, not to go up on our own accord. Guess what? Somebody say, oh man, I just don't feel like, man. I feel like quick up, I ain't gonna go through that, man. I'm not even gonna deal with that. Now all of a sudden, you hear a bang in the next room when your children dead. Guess what? That call ain't just for them, that call for you too. We need each other, man. We need each other in this walk. Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 3. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. We need each other in this walk, man. And guess what? I don't care. Guess what? If IUIC call us and they need us, we come. If ISUPK to call us and they need us, we come. If one body call us and they need us, we come. That's how we gonna be, man. We ain't. Guess what? We ain't railing for railing, man. Because we know the bigger picture. I don't care what a camp leader said. Guess what? You not head of that camp, man. Your house out head of that camp, man. Read that up.
2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come.
Because guess what? This is trouble time. We see it's trouble time. The wars and rumors of wars is upon us, man. That's why the Lord said in Matthew chapter 26 and 41 told us to watch and pray. Because that's something that we supposed to do. Watch and pray. We don't know.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Because guess what? In their mindset, it's puffed up knowledge in their mindset, man. Their mindset is going above the scriptures, man. That's why I say, guess what? Don't be surprised when you see camp leaders go out. Don't be surprised because a lot of these people be lovers of themselves. Don't be surprised, guess what? When you see the youth and they get dragged far and far away from the truth because they lovers of themselves. Everybody on Facebook, ooh, look at me. People are lovers of themselves, man. They can't put the phone down. You know, a lot of time people be lovers. They get up early in the morning. Look, before you even pray to the Lord, they grab their phone. Let me see how many followers I got. That's lovers of yourself, man. This is the time that we in, man. And we guess what? We got to make a decision, man, which side we on. Because the Lord is making the great division right in front of the whole nation. He put the divide right here, man. And guess what? If you warn in your mind and you not staying spiritually mindset, guess what? You can get pulled away too. Any one of us, because the Lord take down one and raise it up another.
Give me Romans chapter 12, verse 3. You finished?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Give me Romans chapter 12, verse 3. It's a basic precept that we always pull out there on the corners, but it's heavy. Read that obviously, y'all.
Romans 12:3. For I say, through the grace given unto me.
Romans 12:2. Salak.
Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world.
Don't be conformed to this world, because guess what? This world is not going to last forever. This is proof of that now. We seeing the things that's coming up. Iran going against America. America going against everybody. Everybody against America. So we seeing these things unfold right before our eyes. So this world won't last forever. Read on up.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Going into the class, like we said, we got to constantly be renewing our minds. The things that we did in the world, that mindset that we had in the world, we cannot have in the truth. Like we say, going throughout our jobs, dealing with our children, dealing with our wives, dealing in this walk, really. Read on up.
That ye may prove what is that good.
What is that what?
What is that good?
And what's good according to the Bible, Brother Stephen? What's good? You got a precept right quick? Anybody got something right quick? Hit some up. What you got?
1 John chapter 2, verse 15.
Do we have good in there?
I think so.
Let's read it right quick. Let's see what I got. Real quick. 1 John 2:15. Read that off, y'all.
You want that?
We're gonna read it though. Go ahead.
1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Now the first part went with it, but what you got out?
I got Romans 7:12.
That's the precept that we're looking for, to show what is good according to the Bible. Read that out. So this is the good that helps renew your mind. Read that out.
Romans chapter 7, verse 12. 7 and 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good.
So that what renews our minds. That's the good that we're looking for. Like we said, that's the precept that goes exactly with it. Go ahead,
Fun on that. Let's go back to 2 Timothy right quick. And get up out of here, man. 2 Timothy chapter 3. Go on read verse 2. Go on read verse 2 out right quick.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse
2 Timothy chapter
3, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For men shall be lovers of their own self, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good.
Read on,
traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
Now, okay, and I don't care who you are in this walk, you can read that whole list, and guess what? Somebody, when you fall upon the one of them, you might not got all of them, but you fall upon the one of them. There's something that you might need to work on in yourself, man. That's something that we need to work on. All these different things, we need to be working on those things, man. Read on up.
Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
But guess what? Even in this walk, guess what? We say we know God, but we deny the power. We take our eyes off of Christ. We take our eyes off the mission because it's what I want to do, and I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I don't care. I had to within it, you have to show me at the end. Now the Lord show you right now. See, the thing is, everybody believe in their own self, but guess what? And they want to challenge the Lord. But the Lord he cut your circulation off about 20 seconds. When you come back, I bet you have your mind back right. We got to keep our eyes on the Lord, man. We got to keep our eyes on the Lord. I'm gonna get this last precept. Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 10. The last precept. I'm gonna get up out of here.
Sirach chapter 5, verse 10. Be steadfast in thy understanding, and let thy word be the same.
We got to be steadfast in this understanding, man. Guess what, man? If somebody said, "Hey, man, that brother over there talking about you, man," you're like, "No, that brother don't act like that, man. That's not his MO. I know he don't do that." We got to be having the same talk. Guess what? They say that brother. If somebody go to that brother and be like, "Hey, man, that brother over there talking about you, man." Like, no, that brother should be like, "No, that brother don't do that." Because guess what? We have the same. We knowing each other. Guess what? We got the same. We knowing the same. We got the same talk. I know he ain't gonna do it. He know I ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna cross the line with each other. We're gonna be there for each other, man, as we are commanded to be. Read on up. Verse 11.
Verse 11. Be swift to hear.
Read that again up.
Be swift to hear.
Man, that's a big thing that we got to have in Israel. Be swift to hear, man. That's what we got to work on, people, man. We got to be swift to hear. Read on.
And let thy life be sincere.
And let our life be sincere, man. That's what we're going to be in this walk, man. Let our life be sincere, man. Read on.
And with patience give answer.
And with patience. Guess what? Not just blurting out everything. With patience, we give an answer, man. Because guess what? Sometimes when you see a person up, they riled up, you might need to kind of step back to try to check things out. They might sometimes pull you out the spirit too. But if you can see a thing, check your spirit, man. And if you handle that thing the wrong way, maybe you got, what I'm saying, tell the Lord, I messed that thing up, man. I know he's seen it, and I got to work on this. We know what we got to work on. We don't.
If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor.
But if you got understanding when they talking to you, answer your neighbor, though. Read on.
If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth.
Say that again. Read that again, up.
If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth.
Man, if you ain't got nothing good to say, shut your mouth, man. If we ain't got nothing good to say, we can't pray for each other. And our mindset, guess what? Don't let the war start in your mind to make the war come out of your mouth, man. If we ain't got nothing good to say, lay your hand over your mouth, man. And with that, we're gonna say shalom. For those is following on Facebook, thanks for tuning in to class tonight. Those on YouTube, thanks for tuning in to class tonight. Those are giving to the GoFundMe, that money that the Lord commanded us to use. Anybody got a law? Got a law up? So Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 16.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people.
Now we don't want to be no talebearer among the people, man. Person is all in all kind of mess, man. Read on.
Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord.
Yeah, we can't stand against the blood of thy neighbors. Guess what? We're gonna convict them and hold them to the fire. We can't hold ourselves to the fire, man. With that, say shalom.